You on? Good? Alright. Make sure it's green, that's all.
I don't got my other check. I told you that. I left at the crib to come get you.
That's nice. I ain't used to like phone.
Somebody got his phone. And also take little bro phone. He don't need it.
Well, I mean, he can still pull preach though. You
I got scripture. I got a Bible with me, like a Bible in the pocket for you. You can use that.
I'm gonna need the. Oh yeah. Let me see your John, little bro.
All right, yeah. Let me.
Take little bro phone, man. What are you here for? If you ain't got a sword in hand, what are you here for? That's facts. Him, he ain't gotta have a sword. I know it's gonna come off the top of his head. You
Actually, I don't like Safari.
right? I can knuckle through it.
No.
I can knuckle through it.
Yeah,
the sword right there,
That's
bro.
what I need right here.
I
Yeah.
ain't worried about you. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all should go like this, right? And like, yeah.
I want to make sure I can. That's it. Make sure I can go.
Yeah. You think?
I'm gonna start with wisdom of Solomon.
I got some. I got some.
All right, I think we live.
All right.
Give it live.
Yeah, we live. Arm open up. All right, shalom.
Shalom.
So
All right,
wait,
want to
that's
give all
it?
praises, honor, and glory to double honor to our elders and apostles who taught us the truth and apostles to hard on down. He blesses you brothers doing his work in truth and sincerity, okay? Are the evil Israelites become week in and week out, in season, out of season, to prophesy the downfall of America and to prophesy the ushering of the kingdom that's for the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. All right, we come to teach the truth of the Bible, the truth of the scriptures, and to debunk all the lies and bullshit that was taught based on the scriptures and all other things in the world that pertain to it.
I need
All right, so we out here on this Tuesday afternoon. It's a little rainy, but you know the Lord got us a little hedge right here. It's good, but it's now. But we want to dive a little more into wisdom and patience, because wisdom and patience ultimately are the principal things. They're the things that you're going to need in this time and in the time to come, coming into Jacob's trouble, that's going to sustain you.
And just to add on to that, wisdom and knowledge, patience is the formula to get you into the kingdom of heaven. All right. So I'm gonna start off with Wisdom of Solomon 6, and I'm gonna start at verse. It's not very good. I'm gonna start at verse 17. It says, listen up. It says, for the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. And when it says her, what is it speaking of? It's speaking of Sophia, speaking of wisdom. So I'm gonna read that again. It says, for the very true beginning of her, or aka wisdom, is the desire of discipline, right? And the care of discipline is love. Now, why does it say?
Yeah, it's all good. Some told me to bring my umbrella. I'm like, you know, it's all good.
I mean, because ain't no, you can slide back.
I want to turn the camera.
Yeah, well, just you can take a step back, or kind of come like this.
Y'all
In
good.
fact, come on a little angle.
No, he good right there.
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good right here.
I'm just make sure the camera is
Yeah.
Wet tip. I'm on bare skis.
Yeah, but it's a waterproof phone.
So waterproof.
Bro, it's getting touched. It's getting touched. Wow. But you can actually throw that in the water. Salaki again. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6, verse 17. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. So to acquire wisdom, right? To acquire wisdom and to obtain wisdom, you have to have the discipline to be able to want that wisdom. Because a person can learn and learn and learn and learn and learn, right? And if they never actually apply the wisdom and apply understanding, or have the discipline to try to get the full understanding of what the wisdom is being taught, then it's for naught. It's in vain, right? So it says, for the very true beginning of her is the desire of wisdom, Salakia, is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. And love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. So mind you, we already know, how do we worship Yahweh Shem Yahushua? By, how do we show, matter of fact, get that scripture, what is love? Okay, real quick, get that real quick. How do we show the Lord, other than what we're just speaking on, right? Other than just speaking, how do we show the Lord that we actually believe in him, that we actually love him, that we actually love his word? How do we do it?
2. That's 5. I think it's 5.
It's probably 1 and 5.
It's a 2 and a 5. Yeah.
Paul, Lord, you got my shot. We got the little edge protection. Water barely touching us.
Okay, that's if we know him. We'll go to 5. This is
love.
Yeah. Got it. Second John 1 and 2 and 6. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment that as ye have heard from the beginning, you should walk in it.
God, so what is love of the Lord? What is showing the Lord love? Right? Faith without works is dead. So by saying you love the Lord, right? By saying you love the Lord, what do? You have to follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. So I'm going to read that again. It says, for the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. So the care of discipline is love. And love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. Because if you're following the law, statutes, commandments of the Bible, it's going to be very hard to fall into corruption. So we're trying to be incorruptible, right? We want those incorruptible bodies. And how do you obtain immortality in those incorruptible bodies? But first and foremost, you must what? Have discipline, obtain wisdom and knowledge above all else, right? And show love to the Lord. And how do we show love? By following the law, statutes, and commandments. You get that?
Yep. 1 John 5, starting at the top to 3. It says, whosoever believeth that Yahweh Shah is Yamashiach is born of Yahweh. And everyone that loveth him that begat loveth him also that is begotten of him. By this we know that we love the children of the Most High, when we love Yahweh and keep his commandments. For this is the love of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
And his commandments are not grievous. So the Lord is telling us, right, to have discipline in this thing, right? To seek wisdom and knowledge above all else, and to love the Lord, love his law, and hold the law close to you, man. Right? And if we seek wisdom and knowledge of the scriptures, the law, statutes, and commandments, and we hold it dear to us, verse 18 it says, and I'm gonna start at 18. And love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. And incorruption maketh us near unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. Right? So that is the straight and narrow path to get into the kingdom of heaven. Seek wisdom and knowledge above all else. Apply that knowledge with discipline. Show your love through your works by following the law, statutes, and commandments, and this is the perfect formula to get into the kingdom of heaven. This also helps you to put off that corruption and put on the incorruption, which we are longing for, man. So everything coincides with itself, man. You gotta have patience in this thing. You gotta understand, man, patience, especially in the times that we live in, patience with your life, patience with this truth, patience with the prophecies, patience with your brothers. Yo, you gotta have patience with everything, man. You gotta show love, man. And how do we show that love? To follow law, statutes, commandments, but we also have to acquire the wisdom. And above the wisdom, we got to understand the knowledge and wisdom that we're getting. Because you can tell somebody. You can tell somebody how to do something, right? But if you ever never took the patience to teach them, to show them exactly how it is, how can you sit here and say you actually showed them love?
They're going to mess up. They're going to get it wrong. They're not going to understand. They're not going to comprehend that first. Yep. We have to understand that and have patience with the people, so to know, like, all right, they have been. Because remember this, I said this in my lesson yesterday. You were once, if you were in the highways and the hedges, right, and you're talking to Jake, and if Jake come up and they're talking about whatever, Islam, Christianity, whatever the hell they believe in, right? And you give them the scripture, and they're kind of like reluctant to understand and accept it, you have to understand that you were once in those shoes, man. You were once in the world. You were once a believer of other philosophies and doctrines and understanding. So you have to put yourself in their shoes to understand, like, okay, let me take a step back, let me take a deep breath, let me have some patience with Jake, you know, and let that patience be in your speech. And then Jake is going to be more reluctant to hear your words. You know? At the end of the day, we're just planting seeds at the end of the day. It's the Most High who's the one who has to nourish that seed and whatever he decides to do with it. And your job is to teach the people, but not just to teach the people, but actually make a conscious effort to teach them. You know, not just go out here, read the scriptures and say, I did it. No, you should be coming out here, and like we always say, you should be glad to do this work. But what's doing this work? What's the main purpose of us being out here? To wake up our people, man. So you have to be willing and able to have patience to teach the people. And then once it gets to the point where it's been 2 times, 3 times or whatever, and they just, you know, they just refuse to get it, then you send them on their way, man.
Time. But to bring this full circle, because that was just an example I was using and he expounded on, you know, we have to have patience in this entire walk. You know, I'll get the some second address scripture. If a man loses patience,
Yeah, I got it.
get that real quick.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
James 1 and 2, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
Wanting nothing. And telling somebody to have patience is one thing, but giving them understanding on the why behind having patience is different from just telling somebody to have patience. Because you can be like, yo, have patience. But if you don't give them the reasoning, behind patience and the understanding on why it's important to have patience, people will fall to the wayside, man. Right?
Because they don't have no foundation or anything to expect. Right? It says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed.
God. Because listen, patience is synonymous with faith. Patience is synonymous with faith. Because having patience and waiting on the Lord, right? Because you have to have patience to wait on the Lord. Because our time frame is different from the Lord's time frame. It even says a year is like 1,000 years, 1 day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like a day unto the Lord. So for us, we feel we are here long suffering, and we're dealing with so much turmoil. We just want the Lord to come back, right? But the Lord is telling us, have patience, right? And if you have patience, right? I will give you wisdom. I will give you wisdom and understanding, the knowledge to be able to endure, right? Because it says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times, right? Because also to have patience is to have patience. You must acquire wisdom, right? And discipline. You must acquire wisdom and discipline, right? Because if you give yourself, and I believe every brother in this truth should have some kind of system daily so they won't lose track of themselves, right? Me and the brothers was just talking about it the other day about having a better plan for our days, you know? Always put the Lord first. Make sure we're doing something for the Lord before we get out in the world and we got to battle these demons and dragons of the world, right? We got to have our life set straight. But how do we do that? By following the law, statutes, commandments, because that's an instruction, right? That is the wisdom and understanding. But we also have to have the discipline to receive that wisdom. The discipline to set our days are right so we can obtain what we really seek, which is the kingdom of heaven.
What? This is Ecclesiasticus 38, and I'm going to start at 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure.
Oh, let that slide real quick.
Body around the city.
Shalom to the brothers in the comments.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom. It gotta be like a captain at guard or something. Like
I mean, it's somebody important. So
yeah,
good.
like.
They ain't doing that for nobody else. All right. Ecclesiasticus of Sirach 38 and 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that hath little business shall become wise. So, to get wisdom, like the brother said, it requires discipline. All right, and that discipline is what? Like I said, but that wisdom cometh by time of leisure. So in your time when you don't have, in your downtime, that's when a man can become wise, because what you do in that downtime determines on how much you're fed. Remember, consumerism is not just about what you eat. It's also about what you spend money on, what you watch, what you listen to, what you absorb, both mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally, man. So you have to be mentally, emotionally, and spiritually consuming this word in some way, shape, or form. So you're going to be able to grow in that time of leisure, all right? So let's going to go into the next verse, verse 25. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorifieth the gold, that driveth the oxen, and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of the bullocks? All right, so the point is, you can't always be caught up in the work of this world and different stresses of this world. You have to take a step back and look like, all right, I know I got responsibilities I gotta take care of. I know I gotta get this work done. But when this is done, this has to be done. The Lord's work has to be done. Or I gotta do the work before I go to work. You know, depending on your schedule. If brothers work in the afternoon, if you wake up in the morning, you got plenty of time to give the Lord his special. All right? And if you work in the morning, as soon as you get off work, you got time. So you have to structure your day out to be able to find little pockets of time where you can actually apply and use your brain, because your brain is a muscle. You have to exercise your brain. Okay, so you have to read, you have to watch informational videos, and you have to dissect and study the words. Study. You know what I mean? Go back and read some of your notes to trying to get a better understanding, you know? That is that time of leisure where you're going to be able to get that wisdom.
But what is that all together? Discipline.
Man.
You gotta. We are men, right? All you brothers that's out on the highways and hedges, y'all all understood what was required of you when you first came into this truth and you put your hand on the plow, right? I think you did that.
Not to the hand of the plow.
No, you put your hand on the plow. Understand when you come to serve the Lord.
I got it right here.
Got it.
About two, right? Yeah.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, starting at the top. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble.
But what is enduring and making not haste? That's also patience. Yeah. That's patience. Endure is patience, right? It's synonymous with patience, man. Right? We already knew when we put our hand on the plow what was required of us. And trust me, and brothers, we are in the flesh. So I'm not expecting any brother to be perfect, man. But we must renew ourselves in the mind. We must discipline ourselves in His work, in His truth, man, and set ourselves aright, man, so we can be blameless, right? When Yahweh Shem Shah comes back. You know, when people speak about us, because it's not about pleasing men, but when people speak about us, we are representations of Yahweh Shem Shah. So we have to be also mindful of our perception, man. We must be mindful of what we say, what we do, how we handle other brothers, you know, how we speak to other brothers. We got to be mindful how we walk in this world, you know. We got to flee from the wickedness, and we have to be we got to have the Yahweh Shem Shah on our minds daily, right? We are coming in a time that being lukewarm is unacceptable. We're coming in a time where the Lord is sifting. And so be it. It's the Lord's will. All right?
The scripture said, righteous man falls 7 times, man, but get it back up every time.
Man.
So you can't allow your mistakes, your missteps to dictate how you move forward. All right, if you stumble, you just get back up, and now you make smarter steps, man. All right, if you fall down in one ditch because you were messing up in one area, check that, and you don't mess up in the area anymore, man. So that's what it's about.
You got that? Yeah. Galatians 6, starting at 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting.
So he who sows, so this is why you need discipline. Because without you even knowing it, a lot of brothers is sowing unto their flesh.
Right.
You're so caught up in the world, the cares of the world, that you're sowing into your flesh. Not understanding that you're sowing into corruption. Remember, we just brought out in Wisdom of Solomon 6 that by having discipline, patience, and love, you are closer to the Lord because of incorruption. Go ahead.
It says, verse 9, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not.
See, in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So in due season, if we keep, the Lord said he would never forget our labors of love. And I know you was going to get that. It popped in my head too. The Lord said he's not going to forget our labors of love. So in due season, we will reap. Remember, it says, we brought it out yesterday, that the Lord is coming back with a reward, right? And his reward is twofold. Those people are going to be rewarded for their wickedness, and Lord willing, we part of that number. We get rewarded for our righteousness and our works that we've accomplished on this side. All right.
Yeah, one more. Verse 10. As
Probably still in the same section.
Yes, rock too. That's exactly what it was.
the ones who Galatians 6:10, as we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men.
See, look. Read that again.
Yep. As we have therefore opportunity.
So we have the leisure, we have opportunity. Opportunity to do what? Discipline ourselves, be grounded in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, follow the law, statutes, commandments, have patience, seek wisdom and knowledge, right? And that gives us a straight and narrow path into the kingdom of heaven. The Lord told us that there's only one straight and narrow path, but this is the formula into the kingdom of heaven, man. That's why brothers need to be very mindful how you treat brothers, what you say to brothers, if you haven't fallen out with brothers, what you're doing in the world, what you're doing online. And that goes for all of us, including myself, because I've made mistakes, right? But that's because of negligence, not discipline. Because we all know we must have discipline. And having discipline, you're going to be more prudent and circumspect of everything you do, because you are a representation of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And all that you do, even when you think you're righteous, you've made mistakes.
Something go wrong, yeah.
Something always goes wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why the brother just said, a righteous man falleth 7 times, right? But he gets up, and then we're supposed to, and also, on the flip side of that, we're supposed to forgive our brethren 70 times 7. If I'm paraphrasing that right.
Yep, yeah.
All right? So, it's all love, but we got to get back down to the basics of understanding of discipline and not being swayed by the wiles of the devil. And in Great Babylon, the nation of confusion. All right, go ahead.
Beautiful. Galatians 6:10 again.
You be higher though, bro.
As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith.
See?
That was a distinction too. That even said.
Read it again. Read it again.
I told you.
And then break that.
That was a distinction.
Yep, it says Galatians 6:10. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith.
Right, so do good unto all men, especially those that are of the house of faith.
Yep.
All right, so and you made it very clear that you're supposed to give most of your attention to those that are in the faith. But that doesn't mean to neglect those that are not necessarily in the faith.
Because we're supposed to be still
We're
waking
still
up.
supposed to have a level of patience, understanding. You know, you don't oppress your people. Our people are already oppressed, man. Our people are already targeted. Our people are already demonized and hated by all the world. So why should we have that same energy towards our people? Now, granted, it's a two-sided token. Now, granted, we hate the wickedness of our people. You know, it makes us sick. It vexes us. Yes,
But we love our people.
but we still love our people. Ultimately, we want to see all of our people do right. And we know the prophecy. We know 2/3 of our people are not going to get right. All right, but we don't have to necessarily fucking kick somebody down, man. Now, if a date come up and they on some demonic type shit, we could try to, your first order should be trying to diffuse the situation. And if diffusing doesn't work, hey man, when you gotta defend yourself, you gotta rebuke a demon, then that's what you do, man. It's all about having patience,
Long suffering.
I always say, bro, the Christians say, what would Jesus do, right? If Yahweh Shai was walking and he was doing this work, and a demon came up to him on some weird stuff, how do you think Yahweh Shai would handle that?
Go, bro, cut the camera, make sure the lenses are not still clear.
You good? Yeah, y'all clear.
You know, how would Yahweh Shai handle that situation? You know, put yourself in it and try to put yourself in Yahweh Shai's shoes.
This one will go
I get it. You know, we be having Jakes up here, it vexes you, make you want to cuss them out and stuff, but that's where patience and wisdom come into play, where you kind of learn how to, you know what, let me hold back my tongue because I don't want to offend. I don't want to offend the Lord because you don't know who is of the elect. Some people might start off rough and then build up better, man.
God, you got that?
Yeah, this is Psalms 27.
You got that, what I asked for? When the man loses rock too, right? The man loses patience. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Get that real quick.
Yeah, it might be something. I get it.
We ain't gonna be out here too long.
It's Psalms 27, starting at 13. I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua in the land of the living.
See, that's also discipline and patience. He says, I have fainted unless I seen the read it.
Yep, it says I fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living.
That's patience and faith. He says, I have fainted, but I have faith to believe in the kingdom of the Lord. Salaki, I can barely.
In the land of the living, because it was being a seed to him too.
God.
Situation. It says, okay, there we go. 14. Psalms 27:14. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thy heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord.
God. So it says, wait on the Lord. That's having patience, man. Right? The Lord has given us all the tools that we needed to be patient. He's also shown us by being a great leader of being long-suffering, merciful, patient with us. Right? Yep. It even said the Lord has ministered unto us continually an entrance into the kingdom of heaven. That's patience.
Yeah, it is.
The Lord is long-suffering, so we must put on like Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and be long-suffering and patient, man. We must acquire as much wisdom and knowledge as possible, man, and apply the discipline and wisdom that we learn into our own personal lives, man. All right?
May I, at the top of Luke 21:19,
get it.
It's just like, it's only one little beginning. It says, through patience you shall possess your soul.
Through patience you shall possess your soul.
Say it like that.
Time, man. All right.
This is Sirach 2, and I'm going to start at 12. Woe be to the fearful hearts and the painful hands and the sinner that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended.
See, look, woe to them that are faint-hearted, right? Because he shall not be defended. Now, mind you, faint-hearted means unbelief, incredulity, right? Unbelief. When you're faint-hearted, you don't have any hope. You don't have faith that the Lord is actually going to come or fulfill the promises that He's bestowed. That's not having any patience, not having any faith. And it literally says what happens when you're like that. Go ahead.
Shall not be defended.
You shall not be defended. Defended when? During a great hour of temptation, during Jacob's trouble, during when great tragedies, judgment and judgment, famine, pestilence, and all these things are hitting the earth. You shall not be defended. But all those that fear the Lord, right, and abide in the shadow of the Almighty, right, but they are going to be protected because they're not faint-hearted. They have the patience, they have the wisdom, they have the understanding that everything that's happening is the will of the Lord. Let's just trust in everything He has to do. All right?
It's like doubt, right?
It's doubt, yeah.
14. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you?
Woe to them that destruction, and to those who lost patience. We keep bringing this back to patience because when you lose patience, you're hasty. You're easy to fall into a trap. You're desperate.
Anxiety.
Also, it's showing unbelief because you're not even allowing the Lord time to show you His power. You know, you might be stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and if you just had the discipline and the faith to remember to pray, remember the scriptures and wisdom that you learned, called on the Lord, and allow the Lord to do a great work, It's an honor for the Lord to do a great work to show his power. The Lord loves showing his power, especially to those that he loves, man, his children. So listen, you lose patience. Don't expect the Lord to because basically by losing patience, it's losing faith. And by losing faith, it's turning your back on Yahweh Shem Shai. And by turning your back on Yahweh Shem Shai, guess what? You in deep waters after that. You in complete deep waters. You can't expect the Lord to throw a life raft. You can't expect the Lord to send somebody to throw a life raft. You on your own at that point. You know? That's why it says that men are going to die in their unfaithfulness, man. The Lord tells us not to worry about the incredulity of those who basically don't believe, man. And incredulity goes into disbelief because they're going to die in their unfaithfulness, man. We don't.
Romans 3 and 3.
Yeah, you can grab that.
Same thing as the other one. Yeah.
We're going to get some more scripts on wisdom, too.
It's Romans.
Salaki Akim, put water on the phone.
Romans 3 and 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? Yahweh forbid.
So if people are losing patience, losing faith, or didn't have patience and faith to begin with, does that mean that the Lord's words aren't true? That doesn't mean that the law, statutes, commandments ain't going to keep us safe? Does that mean that the Lord is going to go against his promises and the covenants? No. It doesn't mean that.
All right, go ahead. It says, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightiest overcome when thou art judged. There you go.
Come on, man. To be honest with you, this shit feel good.
Yeah, it's all right.
I mean, it's all good, man. I mean, I'm going to just throw this in the dryer. You know what I mean?
That's what it matters.
You know? But yeah, man. So brothers need to make sure that they have discipline with their lives, man. We understand that there's so much going on in a tangible world, man. On this third verse, we understand that your life, your bills, you know what I'm saying, your girl, your kids, your job, not having a job, your siblings, your parents, people you live with. There's so much turmoil, and then every time you look outside, you see nothing but abominable things. All the food is defiled, the air is defiled, the water is defiled. Everything around you is wickedness, man. But the Lord gave us the light. We have a beacon of hope. We have a Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. And if we read his teachings and read how he walked on this earth, and we acquire that wisdom and understanding and have discipline, it will be easy to overcome all the wiles of the devil, man. All the wiles of this earth, man, because we know everything we see around us must come to an end. Everything you see around you, even the life that we live right now, has a beginning and an end. But what we seek for, right, is eternal, is forever. And this is just a light affliction to receive what we're looking for, man.
Gotta get the water off the screen first, bro.
It's heat sensitive. The same way your phone is heat sensitive. Android. Sheesh. Come on, man, I tell you. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 7. It says, rest in Yahweh and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. So the Lord, it's repetitive. It's saying, rest in Yahweh. How do we rest in Yahweh? We give all our faith, our understanding, our belief, and our will over to the Lord. Give it all up to the Lord, man. Control what you control. Anything you can't control, give it up to the Lord. Rejoice when good things are going good in your life, and rejoice when bad things are going in your life, man. Take everything cheerfully, man. Put your full utterance, your full understanding, your full faith, your full heart and soul into Yahweh Shem Shai, man. It says, rest in Yahweh and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospers in his way. Because we see nothing but all these people in folly and wickedness, they prospering, man. They prospering, man, in their wickedness, man.
Hey, said YouTube cancel or okay. I don't know what this is.
What?
It says cancel.
Oh, it's trying to end the fucking rain is trying to end the live.
Nah, don't let it end, little bro. Nah, yeah. It says, fret not thyself because of him who prospereth. So don't fret not of all that wickedness, man. This is Esau's kingdom. So when we see Esau driving around in nice cars, living in houses, being carefree, the Lord say, fret not. Don't worry about none of them motherfuckers that's prospering in their wickedness. Because what you got coming to you is far greater. They gonna have their day, and they also gonna have their judgment. So we gotta rest in the Lord, rely on the Lord, be faithful unto the Lord, and we do that by following the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities, man. Each and every day trying to offend less. Each and every day trying to be more disciplined in this wisdom and knowledge. Be more disciplined in our lives. Be more disciplined with brothers, understanding and looking and being prudent and circumspect about everything in our lives, man. This is what we have to do, man. If you really truly say you're a man of the Lord and you want the kingdom of heaven and everything that comes with it, these should be the base principles for you to get there, because that's what it says. These are the base principles, man. Discipline, patience, wisdom, understanding, and love. Love thy brethren, but love as in following the law, statutes, commandments, man. Boy, you got something? Look at that. The rain already starting to...
2 Ezra 7:57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon earth shall fight. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he gets the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say.
So this is the condition of the battle. The conditions of the battle is understanding that we are going to be tempted.
Hey, my fault. I don't know what this is.
Oh, that's no, it's stipulated.
Fucking rain is keep pressing hard.
I understand, little bro. It's an Android.
Gotcha.
Gucci.
Yeah, I'm good.
Salakia, Akim, Salakia. Anybody on the convoy?
No, nobody.
It is, but it's not showing.
There's
up.
3 people, but
No, I'm saying any
It's not
comment
showing up.
on the Android. Bro, it's time, bro. It's time, bro. It's time, bro.
I checked it on the phone.
It's time, bro.
people on the comment.
It's right there.
oh, all right. Hey, shalom, yo, shalom.
Shalom. Get Exodus 14. 14, I believe, 13 or 14. Exodus 14. 144. I remember that because it's 144. Exodus 144, it said, the Lord shall fight for us. But be patient.
Yeah, let's straight to the point. Exodus 14:14. The Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. That's to the point.
Come on, man. So, mind you, by showing the Lord love, by growing in your wisdom and knowledge and understanding, the Lord is going to fight for you. That's why we're supposed to be patient. Because if we're too hasty to move, because we feel like we can handle ourselves, and we're not trusting in the Lord, we are going to fail. There's no way possible in hell we are going to be ever going to be able to fight Esau, his weaponry, his full armory, man. We can't fight Esau. We don't have a standing army. We have nothing. So we must wait on the Lord to defend us, man. But we have a far exceeding army. A far exceeding army, bigger than Esau would ever believe. With more firepower and everything. But guess what? The only way to tap into that is by showing faith. By abiding in the fear of the Lord, man. By following the law, statutes, commandments, man. And I know I keep saying law, statutes, commandments because that is the key. The laws are not done away with. And we show the Lord that we trust in him and believe in him and love him by doing that great work of love. That great work of love. The law, statutes, commandments, man. And being brotherly to your brethren, man. Because you know what Yahweh Shah said.
Faith is really going to get it there.
Yeah.
That's proof that you believe.
Yeah, but that's proof that you believe. You know?
You want a preset? My phone is all over the place.
9:6-26. Yahweh Shah answered them and said, verily, verily, I say unto you, you seek me not because you saw the miracles, but because you did eat of the loaves and were filled. labor not for meat which perisheth, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath the Most High the Father sealed. What? Okay, so the Most High, Yahushua said, we didn't believe on him because of the miracles and things like that, but he fed us with the Spirit, man. He fed us with the Word. That's why I said that man should not live by bread alone, but every word that floweth out of his mouth. So we have to labor after imperishable meat. What is the imperishable meat? That's the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the scriptures, faith, discipline, patience, and all those things that come with it. We're not laboring after the things of this world, because the things of this world perish us away.
It's the book of James, chapter 3, verse 17. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. Right? So the wisdom of the Lord is above all else. First thing is pure, man. Pure wisdom. Pure wisdom. It says pure wisdom, then peaceable. Because once you acquire that wisdom, you will have a sense of peace over you, man. Because knowledge is power. And then it says it's gentle and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. The wisdom of the Lord is no hypocrisy. That's why brothers can't be hypocrites either. Because if you say you're a man of the Lord, right, and you're learning the wisdom and applying the wisdom to your life, you can't be a hypocrite. Because the wisdom of the Lord, there is no hypocrisy. All right?
What? James 1, starting at 2. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect in it. Yeah, you put it out, right? That's what I thought.
Hey, did you get all the way to 5?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Hey, but the point, man, just to reiterate, patience is the working of your faith, man. So patience actually is a token of your faith. That proves that you actually are faithful with God, because you're enduring and you're patient and you're seeing things through. And patience has a perfect work, man. They're saying good things come to those who wait. No, good things come to those who patiently hustle, man. So you gotta patiently hustle in the truth, man. You gotta hustle for wisdom, knowledge, understanding, hustle to do this work, but you also have to patiently do it and realize that in the end, when Yahushua comes back, then we're going to get the reward for our labors. It might seem like it's here, but then it feel like it's dragging on, feel like it's tarrying, but guess what? It's not going to tarry. It's going to still become. You gotta believe that. Get that through the token.
It's Proverbs. Proverbs 3, starting at 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold.
See? Happy is the man that gets wisdom and understanding, man. Because it's far great. You ever see those ads on they be like little not ads, it'd be like vote. Would you rather be the strongest in the world or the smartest in the world? Yeah. Right? A smart man gonna say I'd rather be the smartest in the world, because if you're the smartest in the world, you have power over everybody else.
You can create technology.
And you can create technology
to make yourself stronger than the strongest.
So just like in the truth,
Batman,
right? Mind you, what is synonymous with power? Money. It literally says, happy is the man that has wisdom and understanding, and it's far greater than what? Silver and gold.
Right. And you gotta think about it. Batman used wisdom to get stronger to defeat his enemies. So it's like he went to a village streamed by ninjas and became the elite bull.
Batman and Iron Man, bro.
Yeah, we're at
status, bro.
What? Nothing. Go ahead.
Proverbs 3 and 15. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things that can desire are not to be compared unto her.
All the things that are that can be desired are not compared unto wisdom. That's why King Solomon himself, because he already had everything. King David, his father, went through all the wars, cleaned out everything, and made peace, right? So when King Solomon was on the scene, he the king, he already got everything, riches, fame. So when the Lord came, when the Lord entreated him, it was like, what do you want? He said, I want wisdom I want to understand everything. And that was far greater than anything he ever owned in his kingdom. Any stone, it didn't matter, man. And that's how, this is the mindset that brothers need to have, man. You got to seek the wisdom and knowledge of the scriptures, man. Especially in the very near future, because Jacob's trouble is on his way. Jacob's trouble is on his way, man. And even if you don't know where the precept is located, knowing that it's in your mind and your life will get you through. Because you might be hiding from the Gurger troops or something, and you be in your head like, if I gotta hurry up and get out of the house. And then a scripture might come over you talking about be patient, sit still. Next thing you know, the Gurger troops come in, don't even see you, and walk right back out. But if you would have ran out, you'd have ran out inside in front of their whole platoon and got blown away. We must be patient and trust in the Lord. What?
Verse 16. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches are and honor. Her ways are ways of plenteousness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to them that lay upon her, and happy.
She is the tree of life that lay upon her, or for those who lay upon her. It's like I said in Wisdom of Solomon 6:17. Brothers, go read that again. It gives a complete formula to get into the kingdom of heaven. It turns. Listen. If you follow the laws in the pathway of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you will get life. But if you follow in your own path, you will obtain death. It's very clear. Go ahead.
She is a tree of life to them that lay upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. The Lord by wisdom hath founded the earth, by understanding hath he established the heavens. That's on that.
God. No, but he established the heavens based off of wisdom.
Wisdom, yeah.
You know?
Knowledge, huh?
Wisdom and knowledge has been here since the very beginning.
What's that one scripture that says we prophesy in part?
We know in part, we prophesy in part.
Because eventually when Yahweh shall come back and change everything and everything.
Because we know in part, because what the Lord gave us to know, the secrets that he gave us to know, and then we prophesy. We prophesy the things that he talked about. But when the Lord comes back and we're going to know everything, the mysteries of the kingdom, the mysteries of life, the mysteries of why things are the way they are. Why are the ants like this?
That shit crazy.
Why does the bird does this? And why did the Lord make little amoebas that are so small that our eyes can... Exactly. The Lord's going to give us the mysteries, man.
Like the wisdom and knowledge of the atomic bomb. That's out of this world. Like a bomb that can wipe out civilizations.
Well, they already know the knowledge.
Yeah, but I recommend y'all
talking about knowledge of
But
all the knowledge of the earth now, you want to learn how an atomic bomb works, look it up.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, that's true.
It's
that's
there.
True. That's true. That's true.
I'm talking about knowledge that we can't even understand. Why does the Lord think the way he thinks? Right now it's above our pay grade.
Why the animals were created, why the purpose for the animals, why their DNA is the way it is.
Why is there nebulas? Why is there solar system?
We don't even know if there is solar systems. We don't even know if there really is nebulas. All that shit NASA shows is a bunch of bullshit anyway.
I agree.
So we don't know what's out there. We don't know what's in the heavens. Well, that's a whole nother story because they look up a planet in a telescope and it look like a light underwater.
Yeah, that shit be
We ain't gonna get into that either.
Yeah, you're right.
We ain't gonna get into that either. But we gonna learn all these things that we can acquire about.
Right.
There will be revealed to us in that day.
You know what's the crazy thing about the kingdom of heaven? You're gonna be progressively growing. Like there's certain places in this world that we live in right now. Once you learn a study or a field, it has a limit to it. But we in the kingdom of heaven, once Yahweh Shai put you like various of knowledge and wisdom, but you're gonna be constantly learning new things beyond
no, brother.
Know everything.
They're gonna know everything.
Like
growing.
But
there is no growing. There's no growing.
You gotta remember,
you're gonna be complete.
even the baby come out, he knows the Lord.
You're gonna be complete.
You're gonna be complete, man. He will give you everything.
You're always gonna be exploring and
exploring, maybe.
Yeah.
But you're gonna know already.
Ain't no learning nothing.
It ain't gonna be no learning. Everything's gonna be written into us, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna know how to manipulate the elements by thought.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, bro. It's a whole different ballgame. It ain't gonna be. And there's no. Now. Nah, man. We might be growing in experiences.
Experience, right?
That's why he said all should know the Lord, and none of us should teach anymore.
Exactly.
Oh shit! Oh wow!
It's gonna be written. Bro, it's gonna be embedded in your new spiritual body DNA, whatever you want to call it.
You only teaching right now. Kingdom come, we done.
Bro, we done. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, you finished that?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his strength.
Comment.
It's very simple, man. The scriptures speak for itself. Wisdom and knowledge from the stability of the time come to us purpose. Alright? So when all hell breaks loose and your back is against the wall, the knowledge of the scriptures and the experiences that you've gone through is what's going to sustain you in those times. Because you're going to think, like the brother said, you might not know exactly the chapter and verse, but you know the scripture off the top of your head. You know the paraphrase of scripture. So those scriptures are what's going to allow you to be able to sustain and endure and ultimately keep you sane in the time to come.
Yeah, we had 50.
Go ahead. You got both.
We both.
All right, this is Psalms 91, starting at the top. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust.
In Him will I trust. And how do you show your trust? By giving the Lord love. And how do you give the Lord love? Following the law, statutes, commandments. Also having patience and discipline with your life. Everything comes back to discipline, fellas. Discipline. You gotta have some kind of discipline. If you have a problem with reading every day, make it a part of your everyday routine. Wake up 30 minutes early.
Start small. Work your way up.
Maybe
start reading for 5 minutes at a time, and then you increase 10 minutes.
Nah.
I'm just saying.
Fuck that 5 minutes.
I'm just saying, bro.
Every day, wake up if you have to, or any. That 5 minutes is too
It's
late.
too small, but it's an example, bro.
Somebody read for 5 minutes, I'll be upset.
It's an example.
Nah, man, fuck that 5 minutes. You read for 5 minutes, something wrong with you.
It's an example, bro. Whatever your limit is, start from there. Right. And work your
You
way
read
up.
for 5 minutes, something wrong with you.
Yeah, 5 minutes is scattered. Bro.
Scattered as fuck. 20 to 30 minutes
15,
starting
minutes.
out. Yeah, you go. I'm sorry, somebody, that's like this.
Alright, I'm done.
Fuck out of here, bro. You do that shit, you tripping. You tripping. Something's sloppy. Like, oh yeah, 5 minutes. No, ain't no 5
Turn the
minutes.
TV show back on.
Yeah, turn it, like pick up the phone, read 3 precepts, think about it. I'm done. Turn the TV show, bro. With the Lord in me, yo. You want to offend less. You want to offend less. Go Slacky, all right?
3. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome of pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. And thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways.
Keep thee in all thy ways. And this kind of protection is given to those that are faithful. Those that have body the fear of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man.
This would
Yeah.
Why don't you just jump off the cliff?
Yep.
The Lord won't give you the angel charge over you.
Done, exactly. Oh, because everybody read Matthew 1st chapter. See? When we do, see? See how I start clicking? This is why we doing it. Go ahead.
Romans 15:4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Ooh, beautiful, man. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles who taught us His truth.